Hey guys, welcome to a piece of Ricardo. At the request of the great sister, I shall entertain you with my incredible drip, impeccable hair, and pet 0021011. Look at the good boy on the couch. Good boy.
Hold on, why is Ricardo streaming? Is this something that could actually happen? We know streaming is obviously a thing in the city, but would members of the greatest syndicates, the Fingers, actually partake in such activities? Well, I'm here to provide my expert opinion as a completely unbiased and prestigious individual. We'll be covering all 5 fingers of the city today, so we have the thumb, index, middle, ring, and pinky to consider. But first, is it actually feasible that any member of a finger would just go live in a fashion similar to the top streamers of today, who do so for the entertainment of others? Whilst this can be approached differently for each finger by their beliefs and rules and culture, in general, I would say, probably not. Members would surely be busy or have actual tasks to attend to that would further the standing of their syndicate, but I suppose it's not impossible, especially if these streams are actually designed to further their capabilities. Maybe a proselyte received a prescript saying you shall go live and recite every digit of pi in reverse order whilst balancing a pig on your nose. Or maybe it's a secretive recruitment drive for the pinky. I reckon there are cases where streams from syndicate members would legitimately occur, but in general, I'd say it'd not be likely, or at the very least, be a rare occurrence. Now, let's start with the ring. I can picture 2 ways in which the ring may go live. The first is as an auction, which is kind of obvious. The ring literally holds auctions, with the winner paying in ARN, or potentially something less material. The issue I find with this is that at these auctions, many are unworthy of directly viewing these pieces before their purchase, having to wear veils and bow as to not sully the pieces with their peasantly gazes. This is something that they'd not be able to monitor or enforce without a video feed of each viewer, which, thankfully, live streaming does not enable. That would be terrifying. Or perhaps they may consider the digital portrayal of the piece as an altered and less worthy form of the art and not be concerned with this rule. The other way the ring may go live is when performing their more human artworks. Look, it's the city, it's the ring, you've got an imagination. Moving on! The pinky. Obviously, not much to say yet. Whilst I don't think there'd be an iota of a chance that you catch Zigong herself in a hot tub on Twitch, with how little we know about the pinky, its members, and their purpose, they'd either be so secretive that they'd obscure themselves and never dream of opening OBS, or they may actually be live streamers in the city, and nobody would know their affiliation or think twice about it. The index doesn't need much explanation either. If you couldn't tell from this garbage, an index member going live would just be the equivalent of a Japanese game show. The prescripts are almost as crazy as the sorts of ideas that have been broadcast over there, and with the index receiving their prescripts from the city's vibrations, and Japan's proximity to every tectonic plate border on the planet, I could imagine the ideas being conceived in a very similar way. Now, the thumb and the middle have a little more to think about. They both have a strict culture, bestowing punishments on those who disobey their rules, knowingly or not. To start, I reckon they're less likely than the others even to stream in the first place. The middle is obsessed with their family, and may be less interested in interacting with those outside of their faction. And the thumb, similarly, may see no value in communicating with others who are likely, or have an increased chance, of disrespecting their values. However, in the case that either syndicate did stream, how would they track down and bestow due punishment to the ones who slighted them? Their strict cultures demand such justice, but is there really a way for them to find some random viewer in order to rip their arm off? You could potentially consider that the thumb, whilst not exactly a live stream, may hold an online conference with their subsidiary syndicates. That way they would know the location of those they permit into such an online event, but that's not really a live stream. If it were truly a publicly viewable livestream and either syndicate needed to track someone down, it's definitely not out of the question, or even it's probable, that there's a technology out there that could find such a perpetrator. I mean, technically you can erase the concept of a sandwich from everyone's knowledge. Surely in comparison, tracking someone down online could be instantly accomplished.